Well, most of the time I'm out.
Amy, you want a drink of my?
And welcome to day one of the Harrisburg yearling sale. Jenna and on the desk with Anthony McDonald. So happy to be joined here, first time in Harrisburg, and glad you guys asked me to be a part of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, we're glad to have you. You're better looking than Mark to begin with, so it's nice to have you on the. It's nice to have you on the set. It's always nice to have. We say this. Whether it be, trainers trying to get a leg up or people, we always want to help people out in the industry. And obviously, you can help us out in this part more than we can help you out. But it's nice to have young people involved with the industry. When it comes to training and driving horses, if you look around horse racing, we need to see more young people involved in it. And at least from the broadcasting side, it's nice to see you and your sister doing a great job also.
Yeah, I agree. It comes from the standpoint of judges, starters. It's getting kind of scary. We need to see more younger faces in the business just to be able to take over when those guys, judges tend to be right now a little bit on the older side. So
yep.
It's cool, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Like I said, first time in Harrisburg, I was a little confused driving in, didn't know what turns to take or whatnot, but it was...
that happens to everybody. Steve's been here for 2 decades, and he got lost on the way here, so it happens to anybody.
I walked right in, and good thing this was the first barn I walked in, found Curtis right away, so that was pretty nice, but plenty of horses to look at throughout the... Yeah, it is cold.
It's freezing. You literally could hang meat in here. It is freezing cold in here today.
The one thing I forgot about an hour into my drive was a coat, so I'm glad I brought this.
It looks like you're doing okay.
Yeah.
I came here, I had a dress shirt, and I said, I'll wear this dress shirt. That's not enough. I'll put a vest on. No, vest not enough. It's not enough.
Something else I think keeping you warm, your hot cappuccino.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what, Preferred they always have drinks, and then they have ice cream sandwiches, which probably aren't going that fast right now, but this right here, hot chocolate with 2 shots of espresso, I told you, it literally could start the heart of a dead human being. I don't know what's in it, but I'll be going all day.
Anybody watching is probably shocked that I'm awake by now. This is a little bit early for me. But plenty of horses to look at throughout the week, and one thing that I do know about Harrisburg, it is long days at the sale.
It is. Now, this day isn't too bad. This day is 155 horses.
Not too bad.
400 tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what, it is a marathon tomorrow, and actually that plays into what we try to do also, right? If you're here, if you're in the area, you're at the sale. First part of the sale, people are bidding it. By the end of the sale, people have already made their dinner plans and they are gone. The place clears out. Now, obviously, there's people still bidding,
right?
But the bulk of the sale, there's a lot of people that are gone by the time the end of day 2 comes along. Now, does that mean you're going to get a deal? No, of course. People aren't stupid. You're still going to have people bidding on your horses, or this day and age, people can bid on their phone or their tablet. But the physical people here, it's thinned out by the end of day 2.
So is day 1 of Harrisburg a little bit like day 1 of Lexington, where the higher end horses are probably going to be on day 1?
That's a great question. I don't think so. I don't think it's like Harrisburg. It's the pomp of day 1, right? Have you been to Harrisburg or Lexington? I'm sorry. Yeah, amazing. So if you haven't been to Harrisburg and you've been to Lexington, I'm sorry for the letdown. It just is what it is. When it comes to the facility, this is a gigantic complex, but it is as far away from Lexington as it could possibly be. And day 1, there's a good mix. I saw a lot of really, really nice day 2 and even day 3 horses in Harrisburg, where I believe you probably would have seen those horses on day 1 in Lexington. Although not to say that there isn't good horses in Lexington throughout the sale, but it just seems like it's more of a mix at Harrisburg. You do have your typical day 1 fireworks. There are going to be some very, very high-end horses sold here today. But I think you're right. It's a great question. I don't know that it's the same as Lexington, where they just want to put the cream of the crop right through the first 100. No, I don't get that feeling.
So a little bit throughout the week, yearlings are day 1 through day 3, correct? And then the mixed sales starts 4 and 5.
I think day 4 now, you caught me off guard here. Day 4, I believe, is like fabulous fillies and some weanlings in the end of the yearling sale. There's some spillover yearlings usually on day 4, and then day 5, I believe, is the mixed horses.
Will you be looking throughout the whole week for?
Yes, I think we will be looking for a mixed. We have a number of people asking that very question. Are you looking for age horses? Are you looking for age horses? Of course we are. We always are looking for age horses that make sense. I'll be frank with you. I haven't looked through the aged portion of the catalog that much just yet. When you have Preferred and On Gate going full time all the time, you have people that call us all the time. Hey, are you interested in this type of horse? We have people that will call us looking to sell horses. And then you have, Harrisburg mixed sale, obviously we're going to look at the mixed sale, but I just haven't, since they're not here yet, they get here later on in the week, they're not here yet, so really all I'm doing is writing down a list of there's 9 horses that might interest us, here's their prices, but we still have to wait for them to get here, so I'm not really in a rush until maybe day 2 or day 3.
We are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will dive a little bit deeper into what we are looking for day 1 here in Harrisburg.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Terra Hills, is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manalishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi with a world champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit terrahills.com.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and 2-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
Brrr.
Back here live day 1 from Harrisburg, Jenna, and again, so happy to be joined by Anthony McDonald. And if I did get warned, one thing it was that we do start talking about dinner quite early. If I'm hanging around,
it's true. I do like to eat quite a bit. So, but I like to eat anytime I come anywhere, whether I'm going somewhere to drive, or whether I'm going somewhere to be somewhere. I always like to see what restaurants are in the area. It's just, I don't know. It's just me.
My boss had one question for me to ask you. You made a video about Guy Fieri at Scioto.
Yes.
Did you eat something spicy there?
Did I? It was good though. I did like I liked everything that I've eaten there so far, but I forget what pasta it was. And the lady came to me, she goes, no, it's not that spicy. I don't know what her idea of spicy is, but she is absolutely incorrect. It was super spicy, but it was good.
I like the Guy Fieri. It's a great addition
very
to
good
property. But I think, as our friend Mark McKelvey would say, I believe we have our first package of yearlings to look at.
That's true.
We will look at a few of the yearlings that Anthony has in mind on day 1 here at Harrisburg.
I don't know, every sale, I always end up looking at 1 or 2 American Ideals. And we've had a couple that were good. We've never had any monsters that were American Ideals. Fortunately for the stud, he has. Makes really, really fast horses, strong horses. This one in particular, number 23, Dreamers Do. This is a New York and Massachusetts eligible bay colt, March 3rd foal. And it is the first foal out of a sister to Proclamation's family. Right? Good looking horse. Really good looking horse. Nice video. But man, when I walked into the consignment here at Preferred, I had my list made up. I was going to write horses down, and somebody else had this horse out. And I said, I think I'll start with that one. So number 23, Dreamers Do. What a good looking colt this is. He is a big, strong colt. Selling here early, obviously early on day 1 here in Harrisburg. Number 23, Dreamers Do. Looking cool. That's a good looker, eh? Number 36, Sparks. Another Walner. It's funny, we've been in business long enough where you start to see mothers of mothers that we had bid on. Sheer Energy, I can't say that I was the underbidder. I know we went pretty high on her in the London sale when she sold, but I don't believe we were the underbidders on her. She went for 6 figures, I'm sure of it. Sheer Energy was a muscle mass sister to Man of Many Missions, and at the time we were racing Stonebridge Simba, so we were very interested in Sheer Energy. As I said, I don't know where we got in the bidding. We were bidding. I can't say that we were underbidders. I think Bill Donovan actually bought that horse, if I'm not mistaken. So Sheer Energy is a Walner filly, second foal from Sheer Energy. The first foal, Roman Reigns, was a green shoe. Didn't do great, but did okay, I suppose. But the rest of the family is lights out. Deep, deep, deep pedigree down on the bottom of the page. This is a very correct, good-looking filly with a nice video. Number 36, Sparks. Another one where, I don't know if we're going to be able to get our hand even up with this one. But you always have to be ready to purchase a horse when given an opportunity that you like. I like Sparks. We'll see what happens tomorrow in Harrisburg. Day number 1 coming up, number 36, Sparks. A May 9th filly selling on day 1 here in Harrisburg. You know, I looked and looked and looked at this filly. I don't know if she's going to be able to fit in what we're trying to do. I wanted 2 Pennsylvania bred trotting fillies, a high-end trotter. I've had her out a couple of times, and I like her a lot. Out the window is, listen, I'll be honest, probably one of my top picks of day number 1 is this filly. I just don't know the way she's situated. I just don't know if we'll be able to get her, and I don't know what she'll bring. She might bring a fortune also. I have no idea. But number 37 out the window is March 9th filly, and she is a good-looking filly. You see Donato Hanover way down on the bottom of Here Comes Herbie, the Irishman, and Boudica in the second. Sherilyn's Lady, $354,000 winner with a mark of 54-1 as a 2-year-old. That's her mom. This is a good family and a really, really good-looking filly. As I said, her placement in the sale might be problematic for us, and quite frankly, what she goes for in the ring might be more problematic. But number 37 out the window is a horse we're looking at very, very closely here on day number 1. This is number 47, Shimmering Hanover, a Captain Corey. We do love our Captain Corys. He makes some kind of nice horses. Now, just for Big Fred, we threw a little 16th foal at everybody here with Shimmering Hanover, Superstar Hanover, Steuben Hanover. All these horses raced 12 winners in 15 foals thus far. Hey, you know, I don't buy into the old mare stuff. I don't buy it. Just show me a nice horse. And I'm showing you a nice horse. This is number 47. This is a filly, foaled March 8th, 2023 by Captain Corey out of a Yankee Glide mare. Of course she's a Yankee Glide mare. She's had 16 foals. So number 47, Shimmering Hanover, selling here on day 1. Day 1 here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What a nice filly. Another nice Captain Corey. Nice horses. It's not horrible. I would suspect, I didn't look at the video, I can't remember looking at the video, but I would. Well, we are at a sale, and I'm going to show you some horses we can't afford. This is one of them, number 48, Sterling Hanover. This is the Walner brother to Meshuggah. Meshuggah, a green shoe. Supernova Hanover, the brother or sister, a green shoe with a 3-year-old mark of 51-3. Now, green shoe has let some people down. We've talked about this in the past. So I guess if you're going to be completely honest with everybody, the Walner's going to be quite an upgrade. Supposed to be, on paper, quite an upgrade. So there's a likelihood that number 48, Sterling Hanover, will bring some fireworks, and even more likelihood that we won't even get our hand up. But on the off chance that everybody falls asleep at the same time, collectively, number 48, Sterling Hanover, is a horse we would love to have. I just don't see that happening today. But you never know. Number 48, Sterling Hanover, Bay Colt, March 9th by Walner. This is Meshuggah's brother, selling today in Harrisburg. Well, we just happened to be at Hanover looking at horses, and I looked down the alleyway at Fox Den, and this monster of an animal was out on the floor. This is a gigantic colt. He is a Captain Treacherous February 5th colt, as you can see. and he is a first foal from a sister to Tall Drink Hanover. This is a good family all throughout. Lots of money, lots of speed, and this guy looks pretty proud. He is one good-looking colt. I have no idea, didn't do a whole lot of homework on this guy as of yet, but I can assure you before he comes anywhere near the ring, I will. This is Captain of PA, and he is one good-looking horse selling out of Fox Den here today at Harrisburg. As I said, a February 5th colt out of a betting line mare, Tall Glass Hanover, who did take a 2-year-old mark of 54-4 and did make, wow, she made 13,000. Is it 13? Yep, 13,000. But her claim to fame is she is a sister to world champion Tall Drink Hanover. Man, oh man, this colt is going to turn some heads. Number 54, Captain of PA, selling here early, day 1 at Harrisburg. Man, oh man, this is a good-looking colt. This is a Walner, April 24th colt out of the Ice Duchess. Now, his mother made $774,000. And more importantly, she also threw our Duchess, who Jody drove this year in the Breeders' Crown and a number of those races in Kentucky. In fact, won a leg of, what was that? Kindergarten? No, he won something else. Won a leg of something in Kentucky. This is a big, gigantic, beautiful colt by Walner. Now, you're talking high-end trotter. This would be right down that alley. Man, he is one proud-looking, good-looking colt. Number 58, The Old Man. Dual eligible, New Jersey, Kentucky. And he is one good-looking colt. Top to bottom, good family all the way through. Everything about this horse is exactly what people are going to want. Oh, my. Old Amish fella in there got more than he was looking for. He was almost, old 8-toed Andy over there, almost got it right in the toe. Man, The Old Man. This is a good-looking colt. Might actually be outside of our league, but if he isn't, be happy to make him inside our barn. Number 58, The Old Man. That is a good.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to Double Millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World Champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including Double Millionaire Tattoo Artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra Final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags Again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills, is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallion. Green Manilishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi. World champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit TerraHills.com.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and two-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to double millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including double millionaire tattoo artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Back here live, day one from Harrisburg. Jenna on the desk, joined now with John Evans. John, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jenna.
We had dinner last night.
Yeah, we did.
Together,
Yes,
but,
yes.
Nice to meet you, and some pretty big things happening in the stable, and you've been a client for plenty of years now, and take us through the ride a little bit.
Yes, some people know my story. My dad, was interested in horse racing when I was a child, and then got back involved with Anthony. Found him online and got some of Peanut. Very quickly, I grabbed some shares of Peanut as well, and then my daughter fell in love with horse racing, and we're kind of here today now.
It doesn't leave, does it?
It does not.
Once you get that little niche, and once you get involved, you're here to stay.
Absolutely, yeah. That's how the story went. All the memories came flooding back of being at Mohawk as a child, and kicking pop cups around and playing games and watching the horses go around. And I'm thankful my daughter fell in love with it, and here we are today.
Here we are, and take us through. Do you have maybe a couple highlights with the stable throughout the course of the past few years? Or?
Yeah, I seem to be a piece of almost every horse. So yeah, the trials and tribulations of lots of regional stake success, and then certainly the Breeders' Crown stuff this year. It was super exciting. Yeah, me and my daughter ended up going down for the Elims Day, the Friday and the Saturday. So it was super exciting. Having basically a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an aged horse make finals was super big for the stable and super exciting for sure.
So Anthony was telling me a little bit, kind of moving upwards, going to be partnering with the stable and kind of taking over the business side of a little bit for Anthony. And the stable has just grown so much over the past few years, and I feel like really the last 3 years growing and able to buy some of those high-end priced yearlings. I believe he dipped in on 6 day one of Lexington, so that's a huge number, especially for day one. So it's probably not a bad idea to get somebody to control him a little bit.
I don't think anyone will ever control him, but for sure. I've being involved with the stable and then building a relationship foremost with Anthony. I own some businesses and talking about business and both my experience and Anthony's experience. And then honestly, kind of as I got more and more involved, it was, being worried about protecting my investment in the horses. and then certainly everybody's.
It's a big risk reward.
Absolutely,
business.
absolutely it is, and Anthony does it right. He protects the horses. He always does the right thing between him, Anthony, Amy, Jason, Harry, all the caretakers. It's always the horse first, which I don't know if a lot of scenarios are like that in horse racing. But Anthony has no problem saying that the horse is sick, we're scratching horses. If it doesn't matter if it's a big race. We had heartbreak all through the stable with Time Is Not On My Side not making the Little Brown Jug coming up sick, and everyone supported the decision, right? Let's do what's good for the horse.
Comes first.
Absolutely, which is super important. I think it draws, when you have 900, 1,000 clients, it's super important. And honestly, if the stable isn't, financially strong and it's there day in, day out, there's going to be 900, 1,000 people. And it's probably larger than that because you have, families that are involved. So that was kind of my drive to help jump in with Anthony, see if he wants a little bit of help, take something off his plate. Like you said, the pedigree hunting has gone up massively over the last few years. We were taking flyers on $9,000 and $12,000 horses when I got involved. Now we're able to dip in and look at these strong pedigrees. And some of the horses we looked at yesterday are, top of the line horses, and we have the resources to get there if we want. But at the same time, it's still looking for some value, and it's what
your best bang for your buck.
For sure, yeah. What the clients are looking for, right? Like, we're very specific what we're here looking for, and we're going to accomplish that somehow.
And something probably else, yearlings can be very tricky. Not all of them, make it to the races at 2. And I feel like more on the standardbred side, you're seeing it. It's kind of popular on the thoroughbred side, not racing at all at 2, and just letting them grow and develop. And I know Anthony has taken some time with some of his yearlings that he got last year. Maybe not even racing them yet, and just letting them grow and develop. If they develop some soreness, let them heal, and I feel like it just does everything the right way, and that drives more clients your guys' way.
For sure, you hit it 100%. If you don't know the story of Anthony with his videos, and he keeps people updated, and very strong network of trainers, right? The trainers don't have the pressure of rushing these horses and getting them places. I've heard Anthony in conversations, if they're not ready, they're not ready. It takes what it takes. I'm a big believer. I don't understand the 2-year-old horse racing, to be honest with you. I think it's a little too young. I would love to see horses like TCI and Carl's and stuff be racing when they're 4, 5, 6, 7. Mm-hmm. I find that age racing is so intriguing, and it's a shame losing some of these, the tall, dark strangers of the world. And, Captain Corey broke down, but it would have been, he's just coming into his own, and it would have been great to see them as 4 and 5-year-olds. So I'm not a big proponent of 2-year-olds. There's just so much money in racing 2-year-olds.
And then they added the Mohawk Million, which was a huge drive, I feel like, for people to get those 2-year-old colt trotters, or even just 2-year-old filly trotters in general. There was a lot, I think, on the pacing side, and then they added that Mohawk Million, which, you got to put up that big money to be able to get a spot in there. But I mean, going for $1 million, if you have a nice one training down, you're worth putting in the 100,000 or whatever you have to put in to be.
Yeah. For sure. No, it's the money's there, right? Yep. So I understand the racing at 2, but
I know after Hoosier and TCI was so good at Hoosier last week, and then they announced that he was going to stand in Midland. And my sister and I were like, "Are any going to be back next year?" It might be intriguing to see horses later on in the sale. The 3-year-old colt trotters that are selling here at Harrisburg might be more drive for them now that arguably the top 3 are now retired.
I agree, and Anthony's even changed the last few years of going, this might be a good age trotter for us. We have Spitfire Overseas that has done so well this year and left quite a bit of money on the table as a 2- and 3-year-old, but always did right by him. We had some hydration issues and flipped his heart and all that stuff, and it was always, we're going to give him time, and the Michael Carter deals of the world, it wasn't necessarily about we need tons of success at 2 and 3. It's great if they do. The money's there, and everyone wants that success. But there was a long look at saying these might be good 4 and 5-year-olds for us. So, and that follows that entertainment path that Anthony talks about. It's exciting the 2-year-olds, but at the same time, it's also exciting knowing you're going to get 30 starts out of an aged horse, and it's every other week they're going to be racing somewhere. They're going to be competitive.
The babies are cool because you get to watch them. I know he does all the live videos, at Northfield. You get to kind of watch them be broke and grow up, and then you get to watch them. It's like your little baby makes it to the races
for sure.
Too. And but it is cool. I like the age part too. If you're right into it, like the Spitfire Overseas is so competitive week in and week out, and
absolutely,
it's just super fun to watch it develop though at the age of a yearling to 2.
Yeah, like Tactical Mounds, right?
Yep.
Tactical Mounds was, you know, you always hope for the success, but it wasn't printed in her, and she is a very good age mare.
She always puts her best foot forward whenever she
sure
steps
does.
on the track.
Yeah, Scotty, Megan have done a great job with her, and a great story, right? We've had her from a baby to the super success she's doing now. I hope they don't put her in the breeding shed too soon. I'd love to see her continue racing, but
a lot of the
I'm not
mares,
sure what's
too,
there.
are headed to the breeding shed, which then makes it interesting for the
Absolutely
mares
is.
next year.
Yeah.
But John, thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us on set here, and I'm sure you'll have a busy day one trying to tame Anthony
Right.
over there. Maybe
the over-under of 7, I think, is in jeopardy. We'll see what day one brings.
are we taking any bets on the day one?
Everyone is taking the over. It might be over day one, never mind the entire week, but yes.
Well, we will let you get back to work. I believe we have a few commercials to shoot for you, and hopefully another guest to join us on set here, and busy, hopefully, day one for you guys. But
Thanks,
best of
Jenna.
luck, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to double millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including double millionaire tattoo artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags Again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manilishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi. World champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit terrahills.com.
Once again, live here from day one of Harrisburg, Jenna, and another very special guest here. We'll let you say your very fancy title that they gave you.
Oh, it's the Vice President of Customer Relations for Hanover Shoe Farms.
And take us through a little bit of what a day-to-day role would be here at the Harrisburg sale, and of course, probably what you did in Lexington as well.
Yeah, so I've been fortunate enough to be in the industry for over 40 years, and I got to know a lot of the individuals who are still training and part of the industry. So it's basically been important for me to reach out to these people, make sure they have an opportunity to see the horses they want to see, and hopefully steer them in a direction and look at some horses maybe that were not on their list that they might be interested in.
What's the consignment look like here at Harrisburg? You guys have a whole shed row back there, plenty of horses to look at.
We do have a big consignment. Actually, it's, I believe, 204 horses that we're selling here in Harrisburg. We had a very boutique type consignment in Lexington where we sold 13.
How did that go for you?
Lexington was a phenomenal sale. We were very fortunate to sell the highest priced filly ever in a public auction. when the first foal of Ramona Hill sold for $925,000. The 13 combined averaged over $215,000, so we were extremely pleased.
Not a bad sale.
Extremely pleased and very fortunate to have some great individuals buy these horses. And we're glad they're in good hands and have an opportunity to become special horses.
And so out of the 204 you have here, how many are day one?
I believe we have 42 day
That'll
one
keep you
horses
busy.
now.
Very busy.
So it's a nice number. It's a number of very quality pedigrees, great looking individuals, and we're very excited that this could be a very special day.
Do you have any high hopes for the sale throughout the course of the next 3 days for the yearlings? And then
it seems like if we look at Lexington, which was strong, if we look at the thoroughbred industry, their sales have been strong. With the foot traffic we've seen, we believe that there's still a lot of money out there, and that we hopefully will be able to entice people to purchase some Hanover yearlings.
do you think it helps that, you know, Hanover, or that Harrisburg is after the Breeders' Crown? Maybe people come here with a little bit more money in their pockets, willing to spend?
It can't hurt, plus it certainly helps if you're fortunate enough to have individuals who race well in the Breeders' Crown, that you have offspring or siblings to those horses that would make it that much more enticing maybe to purchase one.
So if you are out and about, find you to come look at yearlings for Harrisburg, or find just somebody in the shed row back there? And
We got plenty of good help. Patty Murphy's our farm manager, does an outstanding job. Dr. Evans, our veterinarian, is there to help people as well. I'm certainly available if anybody wants to look at any horses. And so, yeah, feel free to come over to Hanover and look at our horses. Like I said, we have some exceptional horses for day one, and we're looking forward to it.
do you have one that you're really looking forward to selling, or maybe a hip number or so?
Hip number 104 seems to be hopefully the talk of the sale. He is a half-brother to Maryland, who Hanover sold last year for $425,000, who's gone on to win every major two-year-old colt trot this year. And we have a Walner half-brother to him, who has certainly drawn a lot of attention, and we're pretty excited about his opportunity. And we also have a sister to Manchego that we're very excited about, and hopefully she draws a lot of attention as well.
And a few days ago, they just announced, I believe, that the Walner stud fee is going up to $50,000. So that has to maybe draw a little bit more volumes to a horse like this, who is a half-brother to Maryland. And like you said, he's won every major stakes race on the two-year-old trotting side of things. So Mohawk Million was a phenomenal effort by him, and then followed up with a very gutsy effort in the Breeders' Crown. So he's been nothing but a standout, and then to have a brother by Walner to him, it's got to be pretty exciting.
Yes, and you know, we're fortunate he's an exceptional individual as well as having the pedigree. He's a bigger individual than Maryland, but Maryland was a Chapter 7, so the size differential makes sense with the different sires. But he's, as I said, he's drawn a lot of attention. There's been a lot of talk about the horse, so we're cautiously optimistic that he may be a sales topper.
And then, of course, having a sister, you said to Manchego, that has to be super exciting as well.
Yeah, and she was a January foal, so she's a nice big mare, very correct mare. So, again, we're very strong on the trotting side, but we also have some exceptional pacing colts and fillies as well. So.
Yeah, I'm getting more used to the trotting side. Just growing up in the business, I mostly just focused on some of the pacers. Just my dad always had pacers, not so much the trotters, but the trotters are getting super exciting to me growing into it. And, you know, looking at now the Walners and the Chapter 7s, and then a new stallion, Captain Corey's caught my eye this year. They tend to be a little bit on the pretty side, so they catch my eye, but it's been super exciting. And with the stud fee going up on Walner, I think that would drive a lot more attention on his babies here at Harrisburg.
Absolutely, and Chapter 7's stud fee was increased. You mentioned Captain Corey, who stands at Hanover. He throws an exceptional good-looking horse.
Yes, he does.
And
they always catch my eye. They're like so shiny, and some of them have some markings on their heads, and they really are built and have the kind of the back that you want for a little trotter. And they really caught, a lot of them caught my eye down in Lexington.
And they sold well, and we're selling quite a few here that we've had a lot of foot traffic on them as well.
That's not a bad day. Well, Mark, I'm sure you have a busy first day here in Harrisburg, busy week for the most part. So we will let you get back to work, and thank you for joining us, and best of luck throughout your sale, and I'm excited to see plenty of your guys' horses sell.
Well, thanks, Jen. I appreciate being here.
Number 59, Tavion Hanover. This is a Captain Corey. Now, this is an interesting horse. A Captain Corey, brother to Temporal Hanover. Now, the one last year hasn't shown up yet. It was a Walner. Now, this guy, I'm wondering, what is the ceiling on Captain Corey? They're nice horses. There were some really expensive ones already purchased this year in Lexington, and there will be some expensive ones purchased here, and this could very likely be one of them. But does he have a ceiling? Is a first crop sire like Captain Corey, do they have a boiling point where people just would rather bid on a Walner or a Chapter 7? I have no idea. But this is the type of horse that will likely challenge that, right? He's put together really well. I like the way he moves. His video, I thought he might have been a little sluggish, but when you go back and look at Temporal Hanover's video, he too looked the same way. He's made $972,000 and he's a Walner. So I'm very, very curious to see what number 59, Tavion Hanover, is going to bring in the ring. He's more than big enough and more than good looking. Captain Corey certainly stamps them all. He looks good. So we're all going to have to wait and see. Number 59, you're going to see him about an hour and 40 minutes into today's sale. But I'm going to be watching him close. Tavion Hanover selling today, day 1 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Ready? This is number 72, Lucille Walner. Now, a lot of the horses, you look at a lot of the Walners. Now, this filly in particular, I don't know all of her breeding, right? It seemed a little shallow to me, but when you look a little closer, it looks fine. The thing you like about Lucille, 1, she's a Walner, and 2, she is a big, beautiful filly. Her video's nice, and it's funny because the more I look at some of the day 1 horses, when I looked at the pedigree, you catch yourself kind of quietly saying to yourself, how does this horse get on day 1? And then you come and look at the horse and you look at the video and it's pretty clear. The answer is pretty clear. So what we try and do is find horses with good pedigrees, good to decent videos, nice bodies that we can afford. It's a lot easier said than done. When I look at this filly, she's put together really, really well. Now her pedigree is maybe a little lighter than we'd see in some of the day 1 horses, but having said that, she more than makes up for it in her body and the way she clearly moves in her videos. When I look at number 72, Lucille Walner, I see a horse that I think we can afford until you go and look at her. She is one good-looking filly, big, tall, very correct, really, really nice video, and looks every bit as good in person. So number 72, Lucille Walner, a horse we will be looking at in day 1, but I suspect a lot of people will be looking at Lucille on day number 1. Number 72, Lucille Walner, April 5th filly, selling here on day number 1 in Harrisburg. Yep. Well, there's a lot of horses I like on day 1, a lot of horses I'm looking at that are going to be our main purchase, horses that are going to cost a little bit of money, but the horses that we're after, horses that are hopefully going to be the foundation of our 2025 season, and number 75, Twin B 7 Sins, could easily be one of them. This is the brother to Twin B Archie. He's by Chapter 7. He is a good-looking colt. He moves really, really well in his video. And again, I believe Twin B Farms is going to be paid very well. I would say there's a better chance than not that we won't be heading home with Twin B 7 Sins, but there's a 0% chance I won't be watching him in the ring very, very closely. Number 75, Twin B 7 Sins. It's an April 22nd foal. 5 previous foals, one of them obviously on the top of the list being Twin B Archie. And in the second dam of Andover Hall, Angus Hall, Conway Hall. Just a very, very good looking family. Number 75, Twin B 7 Sins, selling on day number 1 here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Sales with you in Ontario.
Yeah, that's the one, Jody.
You let Jody. You saw like.
He said, "What are you doing?" I said,
Yeah,
"The same thing. The same thing you're doing." He goes, "Well," then I stopped. Yeah, he got him for $18,000.
Yeah.
So one of the coolest things about this year is a couple of the horses have taken a bit of a dip. Right, Tall Dark Stranger did not have a great 2024. Therefore, He's likely not to have a great 2024 at the sales. So where does that leave us? We have already bought Solidarity, right? That was the one at a kiss in the sand. This is a filly. Now this is a little trickier situation. The fillies are going to hold their value if they're related to good horses, and this one is related to a very good horse. This is the sister to a Buckabet Hanover, mark of 47-2, has made $1.6 million. I would venture a guess the best betting line on planet Earth. This is his sister, a tall, dark stranger filly. Her name is Ashima Hanover. She's a June 10th. Another angle, you have a late foal. June 10th is pretty late. Not the latest we've seen, but one of them. So you have a late foal by a sire that maybe is going to have people turning the page this year. But she does have a world champion brother and a strong family sitting behind him. I am extremely interested to see what's going to happen with number 77, Ashima Hanover. You're going to have the residual broodmare value of a Buckabet Hanover and that family in behind her, but she is by Tall Dark Stranger. So I'm interested to see what is going to happen with number 77, Ashima Hanover. We're all going to find out tomorrow, about halfway through day one here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Now we have about 8 or 10 horses on our high-end trotter list we're looking for. I'd rather a filly, but if it was a colt, it was a colt. And Whose Eyes Blues fits the bill. This is a Chapter 7, February the 13th colt out of a sister-to-sister sledge. This is a really, really, really nice family and a really, really nice colt. In fact, now that I look at it, this is all Burke stuff. Tequila Talkin' is in the 3rd dam. Sister Sledge is in the 2nd dam. We may have even had the mare, for all I know. But Whose Eyes Blues, this is a really, really well put together New York trotting colt. He's New York and New Jersey Standardbred Development Fund eligible, so mostly just New York. But as I said, when we headed down to Kentucky and we head down to here, at the end of the day, I don't know that everybody's going to flock to Kentucky the way they did. It was overloaded and everybody flooded there this year. I think a lot of people are going to stay in their jurisdictions next year, which doesn't bother me in the least. Whose Eyes Blues. Man, that's a nice colt. Really, really good looking colt selling here on day number 1 in Kentucky. I'll tell you what, Peninsula's got a great consignment here in Harrisburg. We've looked at a number of horses we like. Now, we just looked at a Walner. You know, you talk about high-end trotter, but he might even be higher than our higher end. But here's a Captain Corey. We talk about the ceilings. I know everybody, I love the Captain Corys. You can't look at them and not like them, but they do have to have some sort of a ceiling. And if you look at a big, gigantic, good-looking Walner and a big, gigantic, good-looking Captain Corey, people are obviously going to lean towards Walner. He's already proven. One's proven, one's not. But this right here is a good-looking horse, too. This right here is a May 12th. Got some growing to do. A May 12th Captain Corey dual-eligible colt out of a sister to Plunge Blue Chip, Splash Blue Chip, and right there, 3 from the top, is our boy 3 Point Blue Chip. This is a very, very good family and highly sought after. But as I said all day long, there has to be some sort of a ceiling for most of the Captain Corys. Does this guy fall under that ceiling? And more importantly, what is that ceiling? This is a good looking colt right here. We're looking for a high-end trotter today, and he could easily fall in there also. Number 114, It Could Be Worse, selling part way through the latter part of day 1 here in Harrisburg.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and 2-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Another very special guest here on the desk, day one of Harrisburg, Dr. Latessa. Very nice to be able to catch up with you a little bit here this morning. And it's my first time in Harrisburg, but I'm sure you've been here plenty of times.
Yeah, a few years now coming here. Yeah.
So talk to us, obviously plenty of vet checks go into these yearlings, and talk to us a little bit about what goes into that just throughout the various consignments of making sure that these horses do pass the vet check before people spend plenty of money on them.
Right, yeah, so a lot of clients, trainers, owners, they want to do vet checks before they might decide to bid on a baby at the sale. So my job for that will x-ray them typically. So we'll x-ray knees, ankles, hocks, stifles. We'll also do an endoscopic exam and check the upper airway. Just making sure everything looks normal, everything's functioning normally. The x-rays kind of peeking under the hood to see kind of what they're in store for. Are there OCD fragments in there that might need removed? Are there some issues that might be a little, more than what a trainer or owner might want to deal with the baby? It just kind of depends on the client, what they're looking for, what we see, and we communicate with the client. Is this something that will work for their operation? If it is, then they'll have confidence in bidding on that horse at the sale. If it's something they're not, too sure of, they may pass on it and bid on another horse.
So you mentioned OCDs in there. You'll hear in the sales ring, right? They announce like OCD removed out of the hocks or whatnot.
Correct.
Probably you would check to make sure that area healed correctly?
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking to make sure everything looks smooth into the joints. A lot of the consignments, all the farms, they'll do their own pre-screening. So they'll have OCDs removed before they get here. So they'll check the common areas like the hocks. But sometimes they pop up in other areas that might not be ankles, correct, and they might not be seen before they get to the sale. So we're just trying to take a look at those.
How much does that affect a horse? You'll go to their stall and it'll say OCD removed March of 2024. How long does it take to heal?
So take the
if I were to buy a horse today and it's screened with an OCD chip in it, and I were to get it removed, how long does that take to heal?
Pretty quickly. I mean, you're going to be back pretty much in training within 30 days typically. Some might take
terrible.
Yeah,
right?
It's not terrible, and it's a long season. It's a long wait till we have to race. So there's plenty of time, and with how good the surgeons are nowadays versus 30 years ago, the techniques are so much better. I don't think OCDs, if they're removed before the sale or if we have to remove them after the sale, I don't think it's any issue or hindrance to a horse.
So there's plenty of horses to look at the Harrisburg, whether it's the mixed sale. I'm sure you look at plenty of racehorses as well. How many horses do you think you will look at come the end of the week?
Oh, probably in total of looking at and doing vet outs, 100 so. 150 plus.
Not crazy, but still
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Enough. So you will actually, if I were a client of yours, would you go and like walk over a horse with me without taking any X-rays?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of that, yeah, we'll do that. Just we're looking at confirmation,
Making sure they stay straight.
Correct.
everything.
Yeah.
A little bit. What's one of your like? People sometimes like a long back. Make sure their legs aren't too. I guess their back end. What's one of yours like? The first thing you look at that you would make you fall in love with the horse?
Oh, their head, their eye. It's just that.
A pretty head.
Do they look smart? Do they, they have that pretty head? And sometimes it's almost you just sense this horse has a class to them. Mm-hmm. They're aware of their surroundings. They're not, too flustered. And also just straight confirmation in their front legs. I think that's very important. A lot of horses might be offset in their knees or their front legs are they veer off. So I think most people prefer that straightness in their front legs.
What about the difference between a pacer and a trotter? Do you have any differences you look at? Maybe a pacer, something bothers you a little bit more than if you were to see it on a trotter?
Right, yeah. So, it's a good question. And, with the trotters, you still want to look for that long body. Prefer that in a trotter.
Stride out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pacers, they can go with anything, really. It's just...
How do we correct it? What piece of equipment do we put on him to correct it? And I'm sure then you probably, just like me, fall in love with plenty of like the Sweet Loos, the pretty face.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
And they look so alert, their eyes, and that's something that I've learned over the course of the years. It's, obviously confirmation means something, but you want a horse that's, not rearing up in the aisleway and, making sure that he is or she is alert and has focus on their eyes, and just a pretty head is where it all starts.
Right, yeah.
As funny as it sounds, like a pretty face.
Yeah, so just that intelligence that you can sense as soon as they walk out of the stall. To me, I look for that.
When a crazy one comes out, I'm like, that one belongs in the Otten stable. We deal with a lot of those crazy ones.
Some notes I'll put, needs gelded immediate.
Yeah, that's, and sometimes it's, right away in the sales ring if you are going to geld a horse or not. And a lot of people maybe take a few months or so, but at the end of the day, decisions need to be made, and manners need to be followed. And
absolutely.
But I'm sure you have a busy week. And one more question that I wanted to ask: will you scan some of the racehorses? You did say.
Typically, the racehorses, we don't do too much X-raying or scanning. They're racing. You're looking at their form last week, this week.
Saturday, Friday.
If it's good this week, we'll just keep going.
Let it go. So a lot of babies, and I'm sure you had a lot of babies in Lexington as well.
Yeah, we do this sale. I've done Lexington. Do the Ohio Select sale. Also, I'm based in Ohio,
Based out of Ohio.
It's easy to do that.
Based up in Cleveland, we were talking about it a little bit. So plenty of action, and I'm sure we did want to talk about how fun it is to work with Anthony
he's
day
the greatest.
in, day out.
He's there at Northfield with us, and it's always a pleasure and to have Amy around. Anthony, it just depends on the day, but Amy and the crew working for them.
Somebody's got to keep them tamed, right? So
Anthony's great.
Well, we will let you get back to work. I'm sure plenty of clients need your assistance as we get ready to start here less than an hour before day one of Harrisburg does get kicked off. Dr. Latessa, thank you so much for joining us on a very, very busy day, and hopefully we will see you around.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to double millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including double millionaire tattoo artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, won the Orchestra Final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glidemaster, and Ronnie's Bags again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manalishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi. World champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit TerraHills.com.
Day one here at Harrisburg, back live by the back ring here. Another very special guest on set here, Chris Gistaro. Very nice to be joined by you this morning.
You. Nice to be here.
We plenty to talk about. We just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where to start.
Good to be back in Harrisburg.
Yeah, it's nice. I missed last year, and I was here the year before. We got a couple out of here, so hopefully we get a couple more today or tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully.
Plenty of horses to look at. Something that I've talked about with everybody. There's so many horses selling here.
And high quality this year. Really good pedigrees, very good conformations, more than the last time I was here, that's for sure. But nice horses.
Now, are you just focused on the Ontario side?
Not really, more trotters usually. I think maybe this year, maybe one pacer, but we'll keep looking and see what we come up with.
More of just the Ohio for the
Ontario
Sire Stakes.
I think so. Yeah.
What a program up there, though.
It's done well, but Ohio's doing well too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Ohio's definitely grown, and I feel like Ohio and Ontario are the two that are maybe taking off the most.
Exactly. Yeah, and, especially the last few years, it's really gone well. So hopefully
there's so many legs and different sides of things you can race. And the gold, I think, is
and a lot of the ones nowadays too. They got that Kentucky eligibility too with Ontario, so that's good too for us, and I imagine Ohio's the same, but it's things are looking pretty good.
So you said a lot of on the trot side, so I have shared plenty of times now on this live stream. I kind of grew up more on the pacer side of things and more getting more used to being at the sales and looking at the trotters and watching the trotters race now that I have to. So debating on is there different things that goes into looking at a yearling pacer rather than a trotter?
I think so. I mean, pacers, I think people are, conformation is maybe a little more important. You try to get them as correct as possible. Trotters, sometimes you can get away with a little bit more. But, trotters, you like them a little longer and, maybe not too heavy, things like that. But, a good horse looks like a good horse. I think usually they stand out and you can usually catch the good ones going by.
And will you look at plenty of options here and
I will.
Kind of narrow it down?
You know what?
Yeah,
I will. I think unless you cover as many as possible, you're kind of cheating yourself. I think you have to look at. I know Jack Darling, the trainer of Bulldog Hanover, told me a long time ago. He said, "Go for the individual. Don't worry about the pedigree as much. Look, if you see a good-looking horse, chances are, you're going to do well." So, we go for the individual.
I feel like a lot of people have their different opinions on, they might look like a standout on the page, and then you get here and maybe they don't really look like you were hoping so.
Like videos too. Yeah, you'll see them on a video and they look really well. They're really good. And then when you see them in person, it's not quite as impressive. Or the opposite. It can go the opposite.
Yeah, like they have a bad video, but then you get here and they're like everything that you thought that hopefully their page would make them look like, and maybe the video can, I don't know, a little bit.
It can.
But
that's it. That's how it goes. And that's why you like to look as many as possible, right?
Right. And how was, enough with the yearlings, the year is basically over. The Sire Stakes up there in Ontario, where I believe the week before Breeders' Crown eliminations. How did that go?
It went good. Yeah, we had some success, and we had a good year. Last year probably was a little bit better, but it goes like that. That's how the way the game goes. But we had a productive year and had some stake wins and stuff. So hopefully next year they're a little better, and we'll keep pushing.
Does that drive you that the sales force for then coming to Harrisburg?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you get a little bit of extra money from the stakes and stuff, and you push forward.
And the London Classic sale was a couple weeks ago. Did you buy any from there?
I bought a Green Manalishi filly for $90,000 for my partner, and she's broke now into the cart and going. So nice filly. She was out of a Cantab mare, so we like her.
Green Manalishi, he's really taken off up there in
Heck of a
Ontario.
year.
Yeah, he had
Big
a very
year.
strong year and deservingly so.
Yeah, and my friend Blake McIntosh had a filly that won the Grand Circuit race at Mohawk there, his 2-year-old trot filly, real nice filly. She's got about 700,000 made as a 2-year-old. So yeah, she's a Manalishi. So
You're
he's
seeing
done
that
really
more
well, yeah.
with 2-year-olds making so much money. Just
Yeah.
way more races for the 2-year-olds on the pacing side of things now
Yeah.
and on the trotting side of things. You seem like a busy guy.
Yeah. By the way, that's Anthony. Just so everybody can see,
Nice of you.
it's Anthony calling. Silly, but yeah. So, but yeah. What were we saying?
Yeah, he's
You lost
distracted.
me. You lost
He's
me. Anthony got me all messed up.
Maybe the money that everyone can make up in Ontario.
Yeah, it's good. It's good money. It's good money. And our super finals went up this year. I think they go for like 300 now. They were going for 250 for the longest time, and the grassroots finals, the ones underneath, they go for 75 every year. So it's good money.
And then, not really familiar with that up there. Is there a consolation for that too?
There is for both. Yeah,
So-
yeah. So you can
4
get-
levels you can basically make
really.
it into. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, even the lower level. I think even the consolation goes for like 30 or something like that.
yeah,
So
that's when if you make it through the season, then
Yeah.
make it through all the legs, of course, and then you get to race for decent money at the
Yeah,
end of it.
it's good. It's a good program. It always has been. So yeah.
Is the year going to start maybe slowing down a little bit with winter? Do you take any time off?
I do. Not so much take time off. We usually go vacation, my wife and my
Have to.
kids. We go on a holiday once in the winter, but we don't race as much in the winter anymore. We used to, but we got a nice horse up there now racing in the top class. So hopefully we'll race him through the winter and maybe 1 or 2 other ones. But that's it.
It's a long season. You have to take it.
It's too much. Yeah.
Even like people are like, you're going to Harrisburg. It's like a vacation. Yeah, but you're still working.
Yeah.
And I just feel like everybody kind of deserves a little vacation.
You gotta
at
have
the
a
end of the
holiday.
year.
You gotta have a holiday.
Well, I'm sure you have a lot of horses
Yeah,
to take
I
care of.
appreciate
think
your time.
Anthony wants something
Yeah, no,
from you,
yeah,
so you
he's
better
just
go
being Anthony.
catch up with him, and I think maybe we'll send it to commercial or maybe look at a few more horses that Anthony had on tap to look at for day one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck today.
All right, thanks.
Number 116, Eliza. It's got an S. I don't know. Elisa Hanover? Elisa Hanover. This is a green shoe trotting filly. April 15th. I don't know what to tell you about this filly. I liked her. I didn't mind her video. I really like the fact that she's a sister. She's a filly and a sister to Elisa Hanover, who is a very, very nice filly this year. If you've noticed all the 3-year-old trot races, including the Breeders' Crown, Dave Miller driving that beautiful chestnut filly, that's her sister, Elisa Hanover. May Carp was a good filly before her. So good family. Anytime you're looking at fillies with deeper families, you always have that little bit of a safety net, right? And when you're looking at a horse like Eliza or Elisa Hanover, however you want to say her name, you have just that. She's got a sensible looking head on her. She had a great video. I don't know. I'm gonna reserve the words "great video" for horse that had great video. She had a good video, and I was rather happy with what I see from her here today. So number 116, Elisa Hanover, April 15th foal, selling on day number 1. Good looking filly. I'm going to be keeping an eye on her. Is there value here? Likely not. Possibly. We'll see tomorrow. Day 1 Harrisburg up next tomorrow afternoon, morning, here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It was funny, we talked about this filly in particular, Eris Hanover. 2 points. 2 very important points for this filly. First one is Hanover. This is her second foal. Now, Hanover made $3 million. If you don't know who Hanover is, there's no need you watching these videos. Hanover is a very, very good mare and was a very good mare. Swan for all mare. The first foal was a green shoe, and this is the foal sister. Now, if you take Hanover out of this family, it's not a strong family. Now, that's easy to say. It's not fair to do that, but you can if you want. Secondly, green shoe. What is going to happen with the green shoes at this sale? And I guess, I don't think you're going to see the green shoes flop. I think they're going to sell rather strong, maybe stronger than some of you believe they are. But I have to ask myself, what is this filly worth if she was by Father Patrick? What is this filly worth if she was by Chapter 7? She's not. She's green shoe. She doesn't look flighty in her video. She looks nice and calm and relaxed and behaved. Her mother was a world champion time and time again, made $3 million. Should not be an affordable horse, but I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't be shocked if she was affordable. So we're going to be watching Heiress Hanover for sure go through the sale. She may bring $250,000 and everybody's like, what are you talking about? You're an idiot. It's possible, but she may not. And on the off chance she does not, I am going to be watching very, very close. Number 130, Heiress Hanover, selling on day one here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Number 140, this is a February 20th Captain Corey. They all look the same. Does he ever stamp them? They all look the same. Captain Corey filly, Island Girl Hanover. She is a first foal from a Chapter 7 mare. That mare is a half sister to Upfront Hotsy, 433,000 made, and she is the mother of Winner Up, who made $500,000 by Credit Winner. Good family, top to bottom. I remember old days, Boogie Woogie, way down there in the third dam. That was Keith Oliver's horse. That's how long ago that was. So good family, top to bottom. Fresh mare by Chapter 7. First foal, right here, number 140. Island Girl Hanover, selling on day one in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
By the way, I just got a picture of that horse that had that bridge surgery. That was it before. I'm going to show on the
They did a good job. That was well done.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and two-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to double millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including double millionaire Tattoo Artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra Final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags Again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manalishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi with world champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit terrahills.com.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Back here at Harrisburg Day 1 live, and another very special guest, and I feel like someone where I haven't went anywhere without running into you the past few months, John Bchang. John, thank you for joining us. Failed task 1 already.
I think my wife and son are maybe here.
They'll find their way, right? I had some trouble.
We've
I've
been
never
here
been here before.
Oh, wait till you try and navigate the whole facility.
Yeah, I don't want
This
to.
thing is nothing like it used to be. The first time I came here, I was about 19 years old, working for Delvin Miller, coming straight off the farm in Illinois to Florida and up here for the sale. And I was like, and I'm supposed to find a horse or lead a horse? No way.
I know, luckily I came in the first door right here and turned, and here Curtis
There
was,
you
and
were.
I haven't left because I had some trouble navigating the directions to here. I went past the stoplight, past the farm, but anyways, it looks like a huge, beautiful facility. It's a little cold in here.
It is. It's the Sam's warehouse of sales. I mean, you can go downtown to one of the upscale boutiques when you are at Lexington, and then you come here, and this is a horse sale. That's what people are here. They're here to buy horses, here to sell horses. It's a horse sale. It's something to see.
To buy a couple of horses, right?
Yeah,
hopefully.
we're looking mainly, got 2 in the mixed sale, mainly looking for a few little odds and ends to fill in some spots that we didn't fill up down in Lexington.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like, scrolling through the results, you had a successful sale down there in Lexington and brought home plenty of yearlings.
Yep, happy we'll end up with, there's 12 down there now, and there's another 7 to go down from there.
You won't be excited to get to Florida, will you?
Yeah, I was excited twice because I was there twice already. Last Sunday we left the Breeders' Crown, flew there, got off the airplane, went to the River Grill.
You posted on Facebook like right Sunday morning. You couldn't get out of the Big M fast enough on Saturday night.
No, sat at the River Grill, had some black and mahi, a couple rum runners. Life is great,
So coming to Harrisburg, I guess you had the Futurities the last Sunday. So you then won the Philly Futurity down there in Lexington. Kind of got some of your money back that you spent, and then had a good Breeders' Crown weekend as well. Got tons of money to spend this weekend.
I don't know about spending it, or kind of maybe replenishing it,
There you go.
At some point you got to fill that whiskey bottle back up again so you can get drunk with the next day.
Yeah, you've had 2 standout fillies, I would say, a 2-year-old and 3-year-old, our Duchess and our Melina. What a joy they've just been to watch this season.
They've been fun. Halfway through the year, it wasn't so much fun when Melina made a couple of miscues, but like I've said before, that was kind of just me trying to make her do something that she wasn't quite receptive. I mean,
Stay out of her way.
Exactly. Just don't be a. I held my verbs. But she's a nice filly. She's been a lot of fun. And our Dutch is big, strong filly. She's had some things go right for her, some things go wrong, but the talent's there, and hopefully we can end up the year on a good note with her as well.
2-year-olds, I feel like, have such a long season. It's just been getting longer and longer, and then with Kentucky starting at the beginning of June for some of their Slayer Stakes, and we still have, like you said, the Goldsmith is at the end of the month, right?
Yeah, I gotta take this one.
He's gotta take a phone. Well,
I gotta take this one.
Thank you for joining us. Good luck
No
at the
worries.
sale.
Sorry about that.
We will throw it to a few commercials back, probably with another special guest, hopefully.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and two-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Again, once here live on set from the back ring at the Harrisburg sale, day one. Another special guest. I didn't think we could get any more guests, but here we are. Vernon Bichi, thank you for joining us. And what a year you've had.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. Yeah.
And just take us through, the standout 3-year-old filly trotter, Allegiant. And I know we got to see her at Scioto, I believe, in the Moneymaker, and I feel like that was really when maybe a couple people doubted her. That was a tough race, a tough class, a lot of nice horses we had invited there to the Moneymaker, and she really proved herself there, and then kind of took a big step forward after that.
Yeah, she caught a lot of eyes that day. The way she did it, she had to come first up. So, yeah, that was kind of the start of it all. But she was really nice at 2 also. She was third in the Mohawk Million, so we had high expectations, staked her pretty heavy, and then, obviously they have to deliver for that too.
It's not bad when you're third in the Mohawk Million behind TCI and then one of the Ohio standouts on the trotting side, Tennessee Tom. So not a bad third place finish up there.
Yeah, and unfortunately TCI made a break, and I thought we really had a shot to beat them that day when that all happened, and unfortunately it didn't work out for us.
And then, of course, like we said, took that huge step forward, and then a little bit the past month has had to be pretty exciting. I know you were pretty busy down in Ohio with all the new yearlings, so you actually opted to send her out to Linda for the Breeders' Crown.
Yeah, we're actually getting ready to go to Pinehurst for the winter, and I like to break all the babies myself, and I had like 14 in there to break, and I called Linda before I even called Ryan and asked her, would you be interested in taking her? She said, of course, but are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And then I called Ryan, and he says, are you sure about this? And I'm like, I thought it was the better thing for everyone involved, and it worked out. So
yeah, clearly she was phenomenal in her elimination.
Yeah.
And she has been a filly that has had terrible post luck. So really winning that elimination meant you can't draw worse than post 6. I believe she was like post 9, post 8, post 7, and then finally for the final you have to draw 1 through 6 if you're a winner. So that really was a staple, making sure you win that elimination.
Yeah,
good.
That was very important. To try to win and so we don't get 8 or out further like we had been drawn. So that was very important.
And then lucky enough we just had John Bchang on, and you were able to follow his very nice filly and capitalize on the pocket trip. And Scotty said he's maybe got that trip a few times before and just no real luck to maybe shake free at the end of it.
Yeah, the Jersey final, she got it really good, got away third, never got daylight until late. So yeah, it was bad. It all came together at the end of the year, which is nice.
Were you at the Meadowlands?
No, I did not go.
You did not go.
No.
Dang, that's exciting, and I mean, it had to have high hopes after that elimination race.
Yes, we were very confident going into it.
And you had to think that it, helps when you don't have to ship. Linda's an hour from the Meadowlands, so you only have to ship, an hour home all week at the training center, and then ship, of course, for detention being 24 hours out. And did that take a big key role in it?
So that was actually a big factor in it. We from the Meadow, when she raced really good at the Meadows and the Curry and Ivies, and that's an 2-hour ship for us. Scioto is a 3-hour ship for us. I just felt like all the shipping miles all summer were catching up to her, and that was one of the things I told Linda. I said, you're an hour from the farm. I just think she'll do better, and we tried to get her down there as quick as we could after the Kentucky start to try to let her settle in, and I just thought it would be better to leave.
So here at Harrisburg, will you be focusing more on the trotting side of things? Just all trotters?
Trotting fillies.
Any pacers back home that you're breaking? Just all trotters?
We kept 2 homebred Better Light fillies this year. Other than that, I think we have a Walnut colt. Everything else is fillies.
Walnut, that's going to be a hot topic here. I've mentioned his stud fee went up to $50,000 last week or a couple days ago.
We bought a colt the first night in Lexington, so you
never know where it happens. And are you based out of Ohio?
Yeah, we're actually in the process of building a farm in New Philadelphia right now. We're going to have a farm. We're putting a nice 5/8 mile track in. Right now it's going to be for ourselves, but we're hoping to build it bigger too. So it's like 2 hours from Scioto, 2 hours from the Meadows, and an hour from Cleveland. So
not in a pretty fair region. And honestly, I'm a little biased, moving to Ohio, but no better place to be, investing in yearlings with the program that we have and all the different sire stake options and, the Buckeye Stallion Series, and then even more on the fair circuit. There's a spot. If you have a horse, there's a spot to race it.
If you have a horse that's willing to trot, you can find a spot for it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. And even if they tend to run a fair amount, you can still find a spot for them.
There's some of them have 5-horse fields. You can pick up money just going there and hoping to mind your manners. Sometimes they don't always go as we please.
We went a little heavier in Ohio and Pennsylvania this year, hoping to go a little heavier and trotting fillies on that. So I'm happy with what we've gotten so far. I want to try to pick up a couple more here.
How many Ohio breds do you have compared to the PA breds so far?
We're actually pretty even right now. I think we have 5 of each right now of trotting fillies for Ohio. So, and then we have 4 New Jersey breds.
Do you focus more on the fillies for the sole fact of hoping to breed them afterwards?
Yeah, they have the resilient, the resale value of them is better. So that's the goal.
I might really be putting you on the spot here, and I don't mean to, but will we see Allegiant anymore this year? And then will we see her come back as a 4-year-old?
I think they're actually drawing today for the matron, if I'm right. And then,
at Dover, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's that'll be her last start for the year. She's actually consigned to the November sale North America. I'm butchering the name, but it's at Mount Hope in December. So
then go be a.
Hopefully be a mommy.
Hopefully be a. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of horses going to the breeding shed on the stallion side and the broodmare side at the age of 3 now, and it's just, stallion side, there's so much money to be made if you do have one of those top horses at 2 and 3.
Yes, but it's a lot of, we looked into bringing her back at 4. There's just not a lot of filly races, so and we just felt like her value as a broodmare is probably going to be outweighed.
Yeah, it's like they keep adding more 2-year-old races, and your 2-year-old seasons are becoming so long, and then there's I know Kentucky now has the 4-year-old sire stake program at the beginning of the year down there, and that was some of the best races, I believe, at the beginning of the season. Admiral Hill and El Rey and all them down there, and it is unfortunate because the 2-year-olds are expected to go so long, and then it makes you not want to bring them back if you do have a good prospect, because the 4-year-olds, there's just not a lot of races on the filly side, like you said, or the mare side at 4, so it just boosts your options. If you do have one of those stake horses, you kind of have to wait along and right at the end of their 3-year-old season and wait 6 months before maybe a big stakes race comes up at 4.
And then there's so many races. I prefer to only have, some people, everyone's different, but I like to have 10 starts with my 2-year-olds going in. So I think it makes a better 3-year-old, not over race, but there's not a lot of spots for special fillies at 4.
So day 1 here of Harrisburg, how many we got in store? You look at a few, kind of come in with a big list, narrow it down to, and then see what they bring.
Yeah, pretty much. We don't generally come in with a really big list because we have trotting fillies on the list, so it narrows itself down quite a bit. So we're looking for maybe a few deeper pedigrees, something with broodmare value at the end of it.
And what I've asked a few guests that we've had today, what is your number one go-to? You pull a horse out, make sure she behaves, then what is your number one thing you look at to make sure?
Is she happy about coming out? I think it's big. Happy filly is a big thing.
Attitude.
Yeah. So I like something that doesn't pin her ears, doesn't try to kick. And
That's not fun.
No,
You don't want to. But and then the trotting side, of course, different maybe than the pacer side of things, and you look for like that long body.
Yeah, you look for the long body, and I don't mind if they turn out a little bit. I don't like trotters that turn in, but I like a long body and try to get them to stand as correct as possible.
And then here, I don't really know how it works because I've never been here, but in Lexington, they get to walk around the circle. If you have your eyes set on a few, do you make sure, they're behaving in the walking ring? Do you make sure they stand here? I think they just stand right there, right?
You go in there.
Yeah, make sure that they behave.
Not really. I look how they come out of the stall. Like as long as they're not mean coming out of the stall. And there's not a lot of room here, so you don't they can't walk them as much as you can in Lexington, but you still can see enough.
So day one. I asked Anthony, do you think it compares to like day one of Lexington, like a lot of the higher end ones, the maybe more expensive ones?
It seems like probably the most notable, like everyone can pick out pedigrees, are probably day one. There's a lot of mix, like you can see even really nice pedigrees day 2 and day 3. I think I'd have to look, but I want to say Allegiant was at least a day 2 Harrisburg, maybe a day 3. So I want to say it was day 2, but late. But you can find value all over in the sale.
Now, do you read the page and then go make sure, obviously, that the looks match up with maybe the pedigree on the page, or are you one that, maybe if the pedigree's not that deep, but you go and she's a phenomenal looking filly, you maybe do take that step in?
I think the consistency of the pedigree always shows up at some point. If the pedigree is there, I'd rather give a little bit on the confirmation, but on the most part, as long as they have the pedigree.
So it doesn't, like anybody, like even I can maybe pick out $1 million horse. You just gotta read the page, right? And then you gotta, of course, then go get it checked and whatnot, and so it makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
So
everyone has a different opinion about it. That's what makes it fun.
It's a little chilly in here.
Really cold.
Is it? Have you been here?
It's usually warm. This is the heaviest things I brought all week.
Yeah, I know. The one thing I forgot, I got about an hour down the road, I forgot a coat. Luckily I had this because I would be freezing probably in just a long
normally
sleeve.
It's t-shirt weather in here.
In here?
Yeah.
They said tomorrow it's supposed to be a little bit warmer outside. It will warm up in here maybe a little bit.
I think they had the doors open, so that probably cooled it off.
Yeah.
When I got here this morning, it was really cold.
And I guess I will ask you one more question since it just came to my head before I let you go. Babies only, or are you staying all week for maybe the mixed sale as well?
We're only buying babies. We have 2 Chapter 7 fillies selling on Friday. Hopefully they get to start the next career as broodmares.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. You get to buy a couple and then
we're staying, but we're just selling, not buying.
Buy a couple and then maybe replenish the bank account with the ones you're selling.
Hopefully.
That's the plan. Vernon, congratulations on such an amazing season with Allegiant. She's been fun to watch all season long, and then, of course, capitalizing it with a Breeders' Crown win. We hope you find your next Breeders' Crown winner right here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck today, and have fun. Stay warm.
Yeah, I'll try. You too.
Winback Farm of Delaware is home to 8 exceptional stallions. New in 2024, Nutcracker Sweet, a full brother to Double Millionaire Better Sweet and half brother to the Great Sweet Lou. World Champion He's Watching, a proven sire of stakes winners, including Double Millionaire Tattoo Artist, Sports Column, an Ontario Sire Stakes star, and a 19-time winner. Top Flight Angel, who won the Orchestra Final and is a multiple New York Sire Stakes champion. Also standing, Badlands Hanover, Classic Card Shark, Glide Master, and Ronnie's Bags Again. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills, is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manilishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi with the World Champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly, Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit TerraHills.com.
Reach the people you have to reach by advertising in Harness Racing Update, the sport's most comprehensive and timely news source. HRU provides the best bang for your advertising dollars because we reach and engage your potential customers anywhere in the world. Not only has HRU grown its subscriber base by nearly 30% in just 3 years, but our open and click rates far exceed industry averages, which tells us that readers are engaged with the digital publication and how they receive it. Plus, your ad support helps us keep HRU free to subscribers. Find out more today by visiting harnessracingupdate.com and clicking on the advertising link at the top of the page.
Back here, day one live from the Harrisburg yearling sale, and Anthony now is just shoving people over here. Mike Wilder, so glad to be joined by you on set, and you are the one guy who has came with a nice heavy coat on. You are a smart man.
Yeah, it's obviously it's really cold outside, but it's a little damp feeling in this building, but I might be a bit of a sissy, but I feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and it was like 38 degrees, and I'm like, I've never been here before. I didn't know how cold it was, actually.
It's always kind of damp here, you know. It seems that way. It's so nice in Lexington. Not that this isn't a nice place, but you got to be where it's going to be cold.
So we were just talking a little bit before we came on here. 6 yearling purchases down in Lexington for the team there, and then how are they coming along so far?
Really nice. We broke them all at the Meadows. I took them back to the Meadows, which I do all my Lexington purchases, and they all broke great, and I shipped them to Florida Thursday, so they're all down south, and really looking forward to it.
Probably not a bad spot to be.
No, everybody said they're doing well. We just turn them out until I can get down there at the end of this week, and got the hard part done. We got them broke, and they all seem pretty smart and doing what they're supposed to be.
Do you think it's an advantage to be able to break them at a racetrack rather than maybe a training? Well, I guess a training center, you still have kind of the trucks and the trailers and the tractors and the water trucks.
I don't know about an advantage. Sometimes I think it's, they get acclimated to all that action, but it's sometimes a little disadvantage because it's a little more crowded, and I'm more cautious to get somebody else hurt as opposed to myself.
Right.
And there's some danger to it, but all in all, these horses are so smart nowadays. They break well. You'll have that odd one that's a little bit tough, but Meadows is a pretty good place to break them. They get to see a lot, and that's worked well for us.
Yeah, I've talked a little bit about how the last few years I've actually bought some horses out of the sale, and how much easier it is to break horses coming out of the sale than what it's been in the past few years bringing homebreds, that have never seen a trailer or a truck in that matter, and they get off the trailer and they're loose animals. But these days the consignments do so well with putting them on a walker. Even they're in shape when you get them. They've seen basically everything, and they're just very well mannered when you get them from the sale, rather than maybe a homebred that you don't get as much hands-on activity with.
Yeah, they're handled so well with these consignments, and we have had homebreds in the past, and they are a lot tougher. Not that we haven't had some really good homebreds, because we have, but they're like they haven't even seen people, but just to feed them. They haven't been touched, and it makes our job way tougher, obviously. Like you just saying, how it is when you get these out of here. Throw a harness on them, they might be a little jumpy, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, for the most part. And I feel like these days they're really in shape when you get them. You'd obviously put a harness on them, maybe go a mile the first day or so, and it's not even like they're blowing at all, like maybe not even sweating, even after going maybe 2 miles with them.
Yeah, like you said, they put them on the wheel now quite a bit. You look at these horses, they look like they're cut out of stone, and they're
built.
Yeah, they're in shape, and like you say, I usually start off going a couple laps there on the 5/8, and they'll come in and act like you didn't even line drive.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're very well in shape.
And so Harrisburg, we're again talking a little bit off camera, maybe just 4 or 5 in the back here.
Yeah, probably 4 or 5, and you never know what's going to happen. I said 3, or I shouldn't say me and my father-in-law and some of the partners, we said 3 at Lexington and come out there with 6. So you just never know what's going to happen when these horses come in the ring. So it's an exciting time of the year for me, and we'll push it on down south and see what we can come up with.
So how many Pacers versus Trotters did we get in Lexington?
We got 2 Trotters. We got actually we got a Father Patrick filly and a Father Patrick colt. And then we got 4 Pacers. We have 2 Always Be Mickey fillies, a Poppy Rob colt, and a Stay Hungry colt. So a little variety.
Yeah, not a little bit of both. And then today, same thing, be looking at both Pacers and Trotters?
Yeah, probably half and half. Couple Trotters, couple Pacers.
Is there a stallion on both sides of the Pacer and Trotter side the last few years that you've enjoyed sitting behind, or enjoyed watching and grow and develop? I know this was the first year of the Poppy Robs, and they really seem to hit the ground running.
Oh yeah, Poppy Rob had a tremendous year, and last year I couldn't afford one, and this year we did get one, and we had to give 100 for him. Wasn't like they gave him away, but boy, he broke tremendous, and just a classy colt. And so, the Captain Corys, I'd love to get one of them. We didn't get one in Lexington. I'd like to get one here.
They really are eye-popping.
Just athletic-looking horses. You never know what he's going to bring to the table, but he was sure a good horse.
Yeah, and that's something to bring up as well. Do you ever get a little bit maybe gun-shy, buying the first crop of a stallion?
You
never know what he has in store.
You never know. Everybody got the first year for Green Shoe. Everybody got turned off. He had a great year this year.
Yeah.
You just gotta take your shot. If you really like the horse, if you look, I know it's a tricky breed with him with the pacing side in there, but well, he sure looked good, and his foals look good.
Maybe the same thing with like Captain Crunch. They were a little bit maybe on the slower side his first year, and then kind of picked it up the last year. And then, of course, at the end of his first year, Gem Quality won the Breeders' Crown there at Hoosier, which kind of opened more people's eyes to come back here. And same thing maybe with Tall Dark Stranger. He kind of was slow his first year, so people may be a little bit gun-shy this year buying the Tall Dark Strangers.
Exactly. There could be some bargains in there because obviously both those horses were great race horses. And they could both be tremendous sires, and like you say, it's hard to turn away from them just because they had one bad year. It can happen to anybody.
So being at the Meadows, you obviously have to deal with our good friend Anthony a lot. I believe you picked up a drive for him a couple days ago, right? When Ronnie was running.
Friday.
Yeah. You were a winner, right?
Yeah, he won. He raced really well, and Anthony's a great guy who raced for. He gives you minimal instruction. Actually, it was the first start for me driving him, and he just got the horse, so I actually reached out to him and called him, and the horse raced great. He had the 8-hole, he set last, he won, and couldn't have been better.
He doesn't give you like too strict of instructions, does he?
Nah, you know what? The funny thing is, I called him one day, and I won with one earlier this year, and I said, the only thing I can pick at, I said, those hobbles are a little tight. And he says, yeah, they look real tight in the winter circle. So I never made that mistake again. But it was a good joking thing. I'm thinking, I knew he'd have a one-liner for me there.
Something to fire back at.
Yeah.
And obviously, being on the racetrack with him, it's got to be.
He's a great competitor, super guy to race with. He does a heck of a job. Has a lot of horses under his tutelage, and like I say, great guy to race with, and a great guy that you can stumble upon to get some drives. He can't be everywhere. And I've driven quite a few the last 2 years for him. Just happy to be in the right place at the right time sometimes.
I know. I feel like, watching all of his videos, you never know if he's going to be at Dayton or even in the suburb of Miami Valley. Of course, having a stable up at Northfield, if he's going to stay there, being at the Meadows. But obviously the Meadows racing in the afternoon, it makes it a lot easier to get to places at night if you have to go there.
Yeah, there are a lot of times he races the first few at our place. We're an afternoon card, and then he's running to Scioto or Northfield. Like you say, he has a tight schedule he has to keep, and just can't say enough about him. He's a hard worker. He's a great asset to our sport, and like I said, I'm great eye knowing.
One more question to ask you that just popped into my head for my own being. Any Ohio breds? I know you've had a few in the past. I think you had one this summer. Any Ohio breds? Did you buy any?
I did. I was racing and sent my wife over to the Ohio sale, and we bought a Racing Hill colt. And reason being is I raced 3 out of the family, and I loved all of them. And when I drove them, I had nothing to do other than driving them. And this colt looked nice, and never know. We give $13,000 for him, and hopefully we put some of our friends in on it, kind of like a fun horse.
Yeah.
And he's another one. He broke good, and hoping for the best with him. And then I got a homebred from Terry Milhone from Delaware, Ohio.
Okay.
She sent a Uncle Peter filly, trotting filly, to Florida with me. So I love Ohio. Obviously, I'm an Ohio native. Even though I'm in PA, I'm from Ohio. So Ohio is actually a closer spot than PA, where we got to commute, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's not a bad program to be dipping into, especially if you do find those bang for your bucks, $13,000, the finals, and just all the money that's involved right now with the Buckeye Stallion Series. And then the money that you're able to go for at the end of the year, the Buckeye Final, the Buckeye Consolation, the Scarlet Final and Gray Final, going for $300 and $100. There's a ton of money to race for in Ohio.
So much opportunity in Ohio. Like I say, you don't have to just pick this one or that one. There's several directions you can go, and hey, Ohio is a place to be. It is tough racing, but I don't care where you go now in this game. The racing's tough everywhere.
And the breeding's just getting so much stronger. And it's an interesting point is TCI is coming to stand at Midland Acres, so that only opens the door for way more trotting fillies. I know we've getting pretty strong on the pacing side of things, and hopefully as we go, and the Uncle Peters are strong in Ohio. You know, we have plenty of stallions, but now we're getting top stallions that hopefully people want to bring their mares to Ohio for.
Yeah, TCI is on a major league level. I mean, he don't have to prove himself to anybody what he's done, and he's a son of Cantab, and there's very few of them as good as him out there right now. And Midland, I'm sure they're thrilled to get a hold of him, and that'll just make that circuit in Ohio that much tougher, I believe.
Yeah, hopefully, and it's so fun to be there, and you know, being from Michigan, it was a number one spot to move to Columbus, Ohio, but it's been pretty fun, and it's just been fun to watch the racing grow. Just in the past few years, I've been following the Ohio racing, and then being much more involved the last few years. It's really been fun, and I think there's we've taken a big step forward, and I think there's even a bigger step that we can take coming up.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I mean, it's the sky's the limit for them, I believe. The sky's the limit. And I heard rumor, I don't know, they said something about maybe Breeders' Crown 2026 at Scioto. They got that new paddock going in, I heard, and big things, I hear all that stuff going on, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, even just to be in the rumor of having a Breeders' Crown would be
huge.
Pretty fun. And yeah, the paddock is, it's going to work there every day, or if my boss is watching, he's going to laugh that I said every day, but going to work weekly there and seeing how it's grown, it's going to be super exciting. It's just a massive building right now, and hopefully all comes together by May 6th, the opening day. It needs to be up and running by then, so it's cool to see it all come together. But we are just 4 minutes away from the hip going into the sale. I don't know if Anthony is around to wrap things up or not, but sure, you have plenty of horses to go bid on, and we'll send it to commercial, and when we come back, maybe Anthony will be here to wrap up the morning and get on the way for day one in Harrisburg.
Sealster, a name synonymous with quality. From their picturesque farm in Lucan, Ontario, Sealster Farms has been producing champions for decades. Stars like $650,000 winner Poseidon Sealster, millionaire mares Karma and Kendall Sealster, and two-time O'Brien Award-winning Stockade Sealster. Sealster is also the home of many of Canada's top stallions, like Sunshine Beach, All Bets Off, and world champion superstar Bulldog Hanover, the sport's all-time fastest performer. Find your next champion at Sealster Farms. For more information, visit sealsterfarms.com.
O'Brien Award Breeder of the Year, Tara Hills, is home to harness racing's most exciting young stallions. Green Manilishi's first crop has taken Ontario and the Grand Circuit by storm. It includes Peaceful Way winner Mona Lishi. World champion Cattle Wash has seen multiple New Jersey Sire Stake winners from his first crop, including final winning filly Reckless Abandon. His 2024 yearlings are eligible to the Ontario Sire Stakes. Don't miss your chance to buy one of their sons or daughters this fall. For more, visit terrahills.com.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
Back on the sets here. Finally, I was able to find you. You just ran off and
you're looking at horses.
Throwing all these people at me, but we're just a minute now away from the sale getting underway, and plenty of plenty of packages that we looked at, and it looks like we could be in store for a very good day one here.
We could. You know, it's hard to tell what the sale's going to be like. We have a plan that we want to stick to. Now, it's very difficult to stick to the plan sometimes in the sale, but, you know, we have a pretty distinct plan that we want to stick to, and I don't think you're going to see us have a lot done. There's one horse early, but I don't think we're going to get our chance to buy her. The latter part of day one, we have 5 or 6 horses we're very interested in, and as I was saying to Amy, I think if we have a good day, we'll end up with 2 or 3 that are on our list, 2 or 3 that I wanted, but we'll see. You know, you never know what's about to happen. I will say this, it seems a little lighter than, I've said this about every sale this year, both Ohio, Lexington, and now, unless my memory lets me down, this used to be packed all the time on day one.
I would love to be able to tell you, but I've never been.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. All these horses, all they need is 2 people that want them more than the other, and they'll all go pretty high.
Back and forth, right?
Exactly. So hopefully we'll get what we want, and hopefully I'll be able to stick to our plan, and you know, we can leave day one and report on day 2 about you know, what we bought and where it fits into what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll definitely be live again tomorrow, 8 to 10, and hopefully people are commenting in the chats, and we'll be able to answer some questions tomorrow that people have. And
yeah, I forgot about that. In Lexington, my God, there's a million questions.
There's not.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, early.
It's early. It is early, and it's Monday, right?
Yeah.
It's Monday. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So again, for our clients following along, we'll give you updates throughout the day if there's any horses we purchased. If there are any questions you guys want answered or people you'd like to talk about or talk to, then we'd be happy to bring them on. We have a lot of people lined up over the next few days. Everybody wants to be a part of what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to update our clients first and foremost about what's going on, but give everybody a look of what a sale is all about. Because if you've never been to one, as you said, you've never been to Harrisburg, it's not like Lexington. It's going to be a different feel and a different vibe, but it's pretty cool in its own right.
Yeah, Dr. Latessa was a very good guest, just being able to go through and tell us what goes in. And I asked him, you know, about the OCDs and how big of a deal it is when you do get OCDs taken out of hocks or ankles, and how long it takes to recover, and how big of a deal it is if they have OCDs now, if you get them home and need them removed. But it was a very good guest.
He's a great guy to talk to, you know, very down-to-earth, very common sense approach to both medicine and horse racing, and that's why I love doing work with him. He's a good guy in that regard, and it's nice to have a lot of our you know, people that we deal with on a regular basis on, just to explain what their experience is with us or in the industry itself. And it's always nice, you know. We always hear from people. People forget that we have clients in 15 countries. So I'll get an email tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning from somebody in Finland or Germany or wherever saying, hey, it was really nice hearing about this or that.
Yeah.
We love bringing those to people. So the sale's about to start now. We're just a minute away from Hip 1 going in the ring. In fact, Hip 1 is in the ring. We'll be back at some point, either today, but definitely tomorrow, to talk about what goes on after Hip number 1.
Well, you better.
I am.
If you got a couple early, we'll wrap it up here. Maybe send it to commercial. I don't know. That's got to be a live shot with Curtis in the ring right now. Yeah.
Where'd Curtis go to?
That's got to be Curtis holding the camera back there.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I guess I should have figured that out. So what you're looking at right now is a live feed of day 1 in Harrisburg. As I said, we'll bring you much more as the day goes on from Harrisburg.